The music just feels so good. You're on to number one. Radio.com.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready?
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's that time again. We got another amazing artist on the phone with us right now. Her name is Deborah. Deborah, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Listen, you coming in all like sultry, like all soft and stuff. I like it, girl. I like it. It goes with the music. I like it. How are you doing?
I'm so glad to be here. Really appreciate the opportunity.
Listen, the song is dope. All right, so we're gonna talk about it. We have Walls playing around in the background. All right, so but it's time to get into this interview, right? I mean, we got to just dive in, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. I'm excited. All right, so let's talk about it. When did you start singing?
So I always loved singing, but really in college, when I'm a music major and you have to do choir and all those kinds of things. So I really got to explore that there. And then also karaoke. It was a great low stakes opportunity to practice just being on stage,
Right.
singing my heart out.
Are there many like singers, musicians in your family?
Not really, actually. Nobody's in entertainment or music or anything like that.
Gotcha.
I'm kind of a one to venture out and explore.
All right. So you have a very, very like smooth kind of like I said, sultry, very smooth style to the way that you sing. Who are some of your musical influences while you were going through your process?
Yeah, so for Walls, I definitely referenced or was inspired by this artist called Donya.
Mm-hmm.
She has a song called Glass Walls. I really vibed with it. I definitely took inspiration, but went in a different direction.
Right.
And then this other band called Floor Cry. But I also am really inspired by electronic music as well. So MIA, Santigold,
Okay.
love that. And you're going to see more stuff down the line that's along with that.
All right. I like it. Setting us up.
Yep.
So this is your debut single, right? Like this is officially the first of many.
Yes.
Have you performed this song yet anywhere?
I actually haven't. With COVID, first priority is safety.
Right.
But I will be starting to perform soon if depending on what the situation is with COVID. But I'm super excited. I used to work actually at a music venue, and so
Okay.
a cocktail service. So I'm like, I might hit up that bar. I might go to other ones. I'm excited to just start going out and performing for sure.
Right. What about doing some online stuff? Some online performances. Little.
Yeah, for sure. I have my Instagram and I'm about to start TikTok, so definitely gonna start doing stuff there. Maybe some YouTube.
Okay. All right. Because people need it. People need it, Deborah. We need some performances of this song because as good as it sounds, edited and level checked and all that kind of stuff, like there's always something really, really like beautiful about a live performance. And I think you'd smash the heck out of this track doing it live.
Thank you.
I don't know, just what I'm saying. I think it would sound dope. So
I appreciate it.
let's before we continue, I just want to, you going to take that step into, recording your own music, writing your own music, going through the whole process. Was there like a performance that you can recall where it was like maybe on stage or when you got off stage where you were like, yo, this is it, like this is the high that I've been looking for my whole life, like this is what I want to do?
Yeah, even before I even got on stage, I remember seeing, pop stars from the past and being so inspired by their passion that I just knew. I was like, that's what I want to do. Even without really being on a stage, nothing, I just knew. But there was this bar in New York called The Keep, and they have like burlesque shows and jazz, like live jazz. And it was one of those nights where they had really good live jazz musicians,
Right.
and you could grab the mic and just sing whatever. And I go up and I'm feeling the music and I'm just vibing out. I don't even know if I sang words. I'm just vibing out, doing my thing. And this person that I was talking to before I went up, and I was like, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous. He was like, "What? Like you're the same person from 5 minutes ago?" Like he's like, "My family has jazz musicians in there. We know so many jazz musicians. Like you need to keep doing this. You need to be on stage." And it just really made me feel like, yeah, because I love just really being live in the moment and
Right.
feeling the music and creating.
Mm-hmm.
That's my zone. So I was like, okay, wow, that's so cool to get such good feedback about something that I feel so passionate about.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank
Um, all right, so let's talk about we done the backstory. We understand everything that we need to know. It's time to talk about walls. So,
Yes.
um, I found one of your sponsored posts, and for people that listen to the show all the time, they understand that like one time. I think it was last June or July or whatever. I clicked on a sponsored post, one sponsored post, just once. I just liked it. That's all I did was press the like button, and ever since then, like every 3 or 4 posts is another singer, musicians, rappers, whatever is they're one of their sponsored posts, and like 99% of my interviews from that point on has been me reaching out to people just like I did with you. Hey,
Yeah.
I work at Triple Threat FM Radio. I loved your song. Let's talk about it. And obviously you replied. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about walls. Let's talk about it. So what does walls mean to you? What's the story behind walls?
Yeah. I think for me, walls is about breaking through barriers, you know, and realizing as you get older, sometimes when you're younger, you're like, oh, I'm never going to be like them when I'm that age. When you're younger, you kind of sometimes can see things that way. And then you hit that age and you're like, oh, well, okay, things turned out a little different than I
Right.
thought. And so it was just acknowledging, maybe all those feelings, the good feelings and then the tough feelings like shame and all that stuff, and just owning it, but being like, I'm going to keep moving forward. And maybe I didn't have the understanding and the skills that I needed at the time to, if I wanted to accomplish that, but I learned so much from that. And even though I still am dealing with, whether that be in your head, your own things or external circumstances, I'm going to acknowledge that. And, even if I'm still chained to that, I'm still going to break through and I'm still going to push myself forward and take steps forward. And I'm going to be open and I'm going to show up in the world regardless, as I am in this moment. It's just about honoring being who you are, and that's how I felt. And, that's what I wrote.
Ooh, that's deep, girl.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people are like, well, yeah, I got my heart broken, so I wrote about it. You know what I'm saying? You went down. That's pretty deep. That's pretty deep.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to write it? Like once
Yeah.
you got like once you took that step, because it's a big step. I've written music before, and your first song is a big step because there's a lot of like emotional things that you had to go through to put your feelings on paper, or type it on your phone, whatever. Are you write it on paper, or you like type it into your phone, lyric wise?
I think my computer,
Okay, gotcha. All right, so
like 8 pages of like scratched out, like, oh no, that don't make sense. Kind of.
all
Yeah.
right, that's an old school thing. My bad.
Yeah.
So how long once you understood you were going to take that step to write a song, how long did it take you to write Walls?
Yeah. So I work with an amazing producer, Malcolm Fong. His handle is at Fong Beats. He mixed and mastered as well the song. And very collaborative in terms of the instrumental. I knew what I wanted. So he was very helpful and I learned so much from that process. So that took about 2 sessions. Just those 2 sessions in the studio. With the lyric writing, in terms of the melody, that took for me, like, I sat down, maybe wrote that in 2, 3 sessions in total, like for a few hours here and there. The lyrics, I had actually written a completely different lyric content to that, like completely different lyrics to the song. And the day before I'm going in to record it, I message him and I'm like, this ain't it. This ain't it. I
Oh
don't know what to
wow, okay.
And so he's like, okay, I'll give you one more day. Like, there's a space tomorrow. So I wrote all the lyrics in a day, and I think it worked out just fine. So I'm really proud of that, actually, that I was like, oh, okay, we're going to figure this out, and just going to do it,
Right,
you know?
right, right. That's interesting. Right? Like you're there, and he's like, "All right, let's go." And you're like, "No, I don't like the lyrics. I
So
don't like the lyrics."
it was objectively a mess. I was like, oh, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Right,
It's not
right, right.
happening.
What are there certain lyrics in the song that like resonate with you the most?
Um, Let me think about that for a moment. I think I'm doing it on my own as I break through these walls. Like in the last chorus, I wrote that
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think people necessarily know my background, but just as a brief overview, I grew up Orthodox Jewish and I left that.
Mm-hmm.
So I did many ways feel like, okay, I'm doing this myself. There's not really the support that I need in a lot of ways, and at the end I was like, I'm gonna break through these walls, like, these things that, even though I'm moving forward and I feel change, at the end I was like, no, I'm gonna break through these walls, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Okay. Okay. So you go in the studio, you record, everything's done. You give it to your producer. He handles it. He does all the EQs, blah blah blah, all that stuff. He gets everything set, and then he sends you. You see that email, and it says Walls Master or Walls Final. Like, what did you? What was the feeling when you heard like officially the final edit of this track?
Yeah. So I got to give a bit of backstory with this. So I sometimes can overthink things,
Right.
and it took me so long to like get to this point. Like, I'm so proud of myself that I even released my first song. Like, I'm so proud of myself. And I had built up, it has to be X, Y, and Z. It's got to be
Right.
this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I set myself up to impossible standards. So when I heard it, I was disappointed in myself. The quality was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God. But then I relaxed. I took a break, I came back to it, and I was like, oh, this is me. Like, this is a vibe. Like, and I gave it to other people that I really respect and trust, that have been mentors in music. And they were like, this is amazing for a first song. Don't even think twice. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is great. Keep going. And it really gave me the courage and inspiration. And then I was able to see it differently and realize, oh, wow, okay, I just set up impossible expectations.
Right.
And I know people like to be like, oh, it was amazing, and I was vibing, and I'm like, I'm just going to be honest,
No, it's true. It's true. It's true. Definitely. Because you always think you could have done something better. You always think you could have done something different. You think you could have added a trill here, or maybe an extra harmony on this part, or maybe you could have dropped to a lower note instead of a higher note. Maybe held this note out longer. Like, it's true.
Yeah.
I understand. And sometimes you, like you said, you do need that outside help from people to be like, listen, stop thinking the song is really really good, and
Yeah.
it is, and it came out great. So props to everybody who put their 2 cents in and it was like, yeah, Deborah, calm down. It's good. It's really really good. So big shout out to them. So all right, so this came out in 2021.
Yes.
What are some of your plans for 2022?
Yes. So I'm super excited. I have another single dropping. We're still finalizing the date, but in the next month or two. Electronic vibes,
Ooh, okay.
electronic hip hop vibes, and very different, more lighthearted, a different
Right.
persona, about the workplace and female empowerment and getting the bag, to be
Okay.
honest.
Okay,
Called
get the
Corporate Hoe.
bag. Okay.
Yeah, it's called Corporate Hoe, so I'm super excited.
Okay.
It was just a super fun song to write, and super excited to share it in the near future.
Okay. All right. Well, before we go on to the new song, because I can't accept this whole in the next month or two. Oh, that doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. First of all, are you gonna do a are you gonna do a video for Walls?
Right now, I think we're gonna keep Walls at where it's at.
Okay.
But I wouldn't rule that out in the future.
Gotcha. If you could do a video for Walls,
Yes.
where would you think you'd want to do it?
Oh, okay. Definitely in like a Brooklyn warehouse,
Ooh.
a rustic vibe. The walls, like literally the walls. I think that would be a really cool visual to have
Okay.
incorporated in the video.
Okay. Okay. So you get the new song. So you said a month or two. Come on. I think you gotta give me something better. Look, can you pinpoint? At least give me the month. Like, okay, let's do it this way. Is it fully recorded yet?
Yes, it's fully recorded.
Fully recorded, mastered, everything's ready to go. You're just looking out of date.
Finalizing the master right now.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. You got a home here. So when this song comes out, you go ahead. You let me know. All right,
Yeah.
and we'll put it out. We'll put it out there. Because
Thank
if it's what you say it is, and it's as good as Walls, it's a banger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a straight banger.
Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
No, definitely. All right, so now you got people interested. You got our listeners are like, "Ooh, I got to find this girl. I need to know how to follow her. I need to know where to get her music at. So do me a favor, let everybody know how they can find and follow you on social media."
Yes. So on Instagram, at DBRH Music. So think of that B right here, music. And then there's going to be a TikTok soon. There's also a YouTube with the same handle, DBRH Music. So it's basically Deborah without the vowels. And yeah, I'm going to keep expanding and growing. And on my Instagram, you'll see my link tree with all, where you can listen to my things, watch the videos, all that. It's all the amazing stuff is on the Instagram page.
All right. Now, I know we also it's funny. It's funny. Like all the artists that we get on the show, when I tell them to go over to the socials, they always, most of the time, they skip over iTunes and they go straight to like Spotify, YouTube, streams. It's time to get some money. So go to iTunes and purchase the track.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Come on. You gotta get some money here, girl. So go to iTunes, okay? In the midst of you're going through all her social media, when you're done and you've subscribed and you've liked and you've followed, and then we'll update everybody when your TikTok comes out. 'Cause I'm a big TikTok person, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to help you out with that. But once they're done with all that good stuff, hop on over to iTunes. Click on that purchase button, all right? Help support, you know what I'm saying? Make a girl's dreams come true. Let's go. So you're fairly new to the music scene, right?
Yes.
Give me and the listeners 3 things you want them to know about your personality.
Yeah. I guess the one thing to understand is I was born and raised in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And so sometimes there's a bluntness to my personality, but I try and do it with a certain charm. So I love playing around with that aspect of my personality.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is I love animals. And lately I've been vibing with cats, honestly.
Oh, boy.
I just love how they're like, this is who I am.
Right.
Do not touch me. But I want colors now. They just switch it up and they just own who they are. And I'm like, I love the fierceness, and they're just like cute and cuddly, and I'm like, oh, I'm vibing with the cats now.
So you're gonna be a cat lady in Brooklyn?
Yeah, probably.
Oh boy.
It looks like that might be a thing.
Okay. All right, that's 2. One more.
Some of my cats in the music videos, so it works
There
out.
you go. Oh, so you're gonna be a multiple cat lady. Nice. That's even better.
Yep. And then I also love going to the water and nature, but I love going to the water. Just, water just always flows, and sometimes, you get life, gets stressful or whatever. And you go there and it just reminds you, just let it go, just keep going,
Right.
It always moves, always keeps going.
Right.
So I love to just be around it.
Right. Are you? And this will be the final question, and then I'll let you introduce your brand new track, your debut single. Okay.
Yes.
Do you consider yourself like a spiritual type of, like, a lot of the answers are very like, they're more involved with just that, like the atmosphere and the vibe and the feel and auras, and like, are you like are you spiritually minded when it, like, is this something more than just music to you?
Yeah, for sure. I think I had to fight for this given where I come from.
Right.
And, in that I don't speak for the whole community because it's a pretty wide spectrum of what it is. But from my experience, women are not allowed to sing in front of men. So performing was out of the question.
Mm.
And so for me, to fight and to risk a lot to really do this, it had to have meant more than that. It was a calling, and I had an experience years ago that just showed me like this is really what I connect with,
Right.
and I just couldn't let it go, and I just kept going with it. So yeah, I think there is a depth to it. But thank you for asking, because I think that's something that most people don't ask or pick up on. So I appreciate it.
No, definitely. I mean, it just comes off. Do you want to inspire other young women to kind of
Yeah.
go ahead and take that leap and?
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't even have to be in music, but I just want to embody or show people like it doesn't matter what you did yesterday or the day before. You can always begin again. You can always make choices. And whether it's to be a scientist or whatever, I don't care what you did yesterday. Like, believe in yourself, keep going. And I'm like, for me, I don't even like, I'm so proud of myself. Like, I heard someone else who released music recently, and he was really upset that, he didn't have the amount of listeners he wanted. And I totally get that. I really do.
Right.
But for me, I'm just so grateful. Like, I'm like, I did this. I did what I said I was going to do. And I'm just so proud, and like the love that people give to me, even though I just started out, like I appreciate every single person with that. So I am just in a space of like gratitude, because what an opportunity. Like, my life started out very different, and
Right.
I'm just so grateful for what I'm creating and all the people that are vibing with it. And that's when you were saying about, you were talking about the atmosphere. Yeah, I like to create a mood. I like to feel things. That's the way I like to move through life. Obviously, like I can work a 9 to 5, no problem, but I love the artistic side of things and creating a space and nurturing people as well.
Oh, okay. I'm telling you, the listeners better be falling in love with you.
Well, I'm available.
That's it. Go get you some Deborah, right? Go get you some Deborah. All right, listen. Just thank you so much. Just an awesome
Yeah.
interview. Love the song, and I can't wait for this new track to come out. Like I said, you got a home here on Triple Threat FM Radio. You got a friend in me, so just hit me up. We'll go ahead and do what we got to do to help promote it. But I think we've waited long enough. I think our listeners have waited long enough. They don't like when I talk. They like they like when you talk, and I think it's that time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna shut up, and we're gonna introduce. I want you to introduce your brand new single the way that you want, and that's it. So Deborah, the stage is yours.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. My name is Deborah, and my single is Walls.
Run away with me, 'cause underneath them oversized clothes, handing down all of them old woes, stitched up my heart so it could close. And the weight of the world made me blind to the possibilities. Got so high, simple, divine, and a pill just to feel anything. And the hate of the world got me falling to the ground. Picked on a golden impossible dreams exchanging time for wisdom springs. And the fate of time as I got older left me backstage looking